Welcome to my channel, How's Tricks? We're gonna put on our glad rags and read the American Weekly from 1927. Adventurous women back then were known as flappers, and they were hot to trot. They were so hot, sometimes they had to cool down on a block of ice. Our newspaper is dated May 8th, 1927. A new striking picture of Millie Mistinguett, Queen of the Moulin Rouge in Paris, holding her dog Lulu with the most beautiful legs in Paris, insured some time ago for $500,000. Gave her life to pay Girl Scouts respect to the flag. A construction company was building an addition to the high school at Lexington, Nebraska. Workmen had completed a hoisting derrick 60 feet in height. An American flag on a staff was nailed to the top of the tower, and they left it flying there for several days. There passed by there one day a group of Girl Scouts on the way to the home of their scout leader, where a meeting of the patrol was scheduled. They saw the flag, and though their minds flashed the paragraph from their manual, the Bible of Girl Scouts, it said, "The flag should be raised at sunrise and lowered at sunset. It should not be left out overnight except during war. The flag is something to be guarded, treasured, and so tradition holds it should not be menaced by darkness." Looking up at the flag, Mildred Sorensen, 15 years old, said, "That flag has been left overnight several times. It is after sundown. The flag mustn't fly at night. It must be lowered. I will do it." She climbed up the derrick, removed the flag, folded it, and threw it down to her waiting friends. Now darkness had arrived. It had been relatively easy to get up, but in the dark she found it difficult to locate the steps in the descent. She lost her footing and fell. Sadly, a few days later, she passed away. Do you make little pictures while you're listening at the telephone? An effort is being made to determine scientifically the meaning of the strange little pictures and symbols people make when they are listening, speaking, or waiting at the telephone. Everybody does it, and it is the belief of the psychologists that the drawings and symbols are not haphazard and accidental, but the result of thoughts of the subconscious mind. One of the most confirmed addicts along these lines is Herbert Hoover, Secretary of Commerce. Whenever newspaper correspondents call on him, they find him busy making figures and tracings on a small pad of paper on his desk. Psychologists say the Secretary of Commerce has a well-trained mind which amuses itself with physical action while considering a weighty problem. Pretty ankles and calves, $3.75 per pair. Dr. Walter's special extra strong ankle bands will support and shape the ankle and calf while reducing them. They fit like a glove, can be worn under any kind of hose without detection. The cockroach army is coming. Here they come, millions strong. Only a powder can stop them. Peterman's roach food is the right powder. Roaches need not necessarily even eat Peterman's roach food. They walk through it, get a little on their legs, and that is enough. Counterbalance is leveled by Gardner Eight-In-Line. Gardner Eight-In-Line sedan, ascending the last steep pitch of the Queen Anne counterbalance hill in high gear. Almost every city has its test hill, a standard of comparison on which motor car dealers can try out the ascending and high qualities of their respective pieces of rolling merchandise. There are hills in Seattle that are more difficult to climb than the Queen Anne counterbalance, but this hill, because it is just about all a car can do in high gear, has established itself as Seattle's unofficially official high gear test hill. W.G. Powell, local manager of Rainer Motors, took out his Gardner 8-in-line sedan for a test drive to Queen Anne Hill. Here is what followed. At the foot of the famous Queen Anne Hill, Powell turned the corner at Roy Street at 10 miles per hour. Then he gave her the gas and headed up the hill. In the first 2 blocks of the climb, the car had picked up to 25 miles per hour. Succeeding ascending blocks, however, cut down this speed. Up the last stretch, you know how it goes up if you've ever climbed the hill, the Gardner literally laid down and pulled and just managed to get over the top in high. When he finished, he exclaimed, "This is the hill climbingest automobile I've ever been in." Spring house cleaning time is here. This gladsome activity, which was formerly applicable only to the house, now includes the car. Dorothy Mack at the hood and Ruther Searson are cleaning up the family car, a Nash Light 6, for summer joyrides to come. The chief trouble with automobile headlights is that they are too much in the public's eye. E-New. Motorist. How are the roads between here and Centerville? Native. Well, part of the way you can have your arm around her, and the rest of the way you can't. George H. McDonald of the District Police Court in Washington, D.C., is said to be lenient with motorists arrested on charges of driving with one arm. He claims that this style of driving leads to matrimony. A radiator cap light to warn pedestrians when an automobile is speeding has been invented in Germany. The device consists of a dozen standard, vari-colored electric lights arranged as a radiator ornament, a different light flashing for each increase of 10 miles in the speed of the car, from 15 to 60, when the red light glows as a warning signal. Hit-and-run drivers usually wear mud-spangled license numbers. Their loose-fitting dirt that adorns their plates give but a hint of the graceful figures beneath. Therefore, all tires ought to be embossed with identification characters. This system would have a marked effect both on the careless driving and the victim's vest. For when an overrunner used some pedestrian as a best temporary route, he would be merely getting measured for a lawsuit, because during the Passover, his tires must surely leave a good impression. Accordingly, any run-down citizen need only brush off and read the imprint on his chest. Then, with the guilty motorist's brand on his or her person, he could use himself as Exhibit A, the rubber stamp across his chest being conclusive evidence. Civilization's salvation lies in the fact that the motor car, with its attending evils, is on the wane. The auto is but a passing whim, and will soon find its way into the musty attic of oblivion.